keep on going here. Looks like PGL and the Kiev Major crew are running a very tight ship. HFN is apparently, quote-unquote, very sick, according to Cat right now, and they're playing with them still. They're going and they're doing it. So, Trent, they're just going to have to figure it out, my friend. I don't know what they're going to do here, but we'll see how things go between SG and Faceless as we get into the draft.
I mean, you're in Kiev. I'm sure they don't really have a lot of options
Not really,
going on right now in terms of like subs or anything. So this is, that's unfortunate, but hopefully he'll be feeling well enough. I mean, hey, S4 was like dying and they won that time at WCA. So surely it's fine. He looked like he was a zombie and Alliance pulled through in that instance. So, well, HFN can have a similar result here. And Faceless, their first series of the day, much like SG eSports. SG eSports going 2-1 versus OG, impressive stuff. And then they got 2-0'd by Team Liquid. Likewise, Faceless going 2-1 versus Evil Geniuses, and we're 2-0'd by VP. So both teams playing some fairly heavy competition over the first day. Faceless may be the worst of it. I mean, VP and then Raiden to EG, like getting 2-0'd by VP, that's really nothing to be ashamed of. They look like the best team in the tournament right now. If not, maybe tied with some other ones, but definitely on the very top echelon as they're currently winning another series right now, it looks like.
Yeah, up against
and,
CNC,
and 2-1 to EG is not bad either. But there's the Arc Warden. So now, is this their first time playing it?
That's the question.
Is. And now I know Black has been spamming the hell out of this. I believe either 1437 or AUI had mentioned on the panel because they have him on the friends list or whatever, but he's just playing non-stop Arc Warden, it seems, lately.
I do want to point out, by the way, SG Esports, the game they won against OG had picked up Arc Warden for Ana and played it mid. So they are no strangers to playing against Arc Warden and winning against some of the best competition in the world. Now, they did have King RD's Clockwork, which, of course, is banned out. I was talking with some non-Dota fans. They were joking about how, like, Clockwork is so good. They, like, never seen a Dota game in their life. They watched the one because I was casting it, that one game. And they saw Clockwork and King RD doing some serious work. And like, oh, my God, it's so good. He's got to be top tier. It's banned every game. I'm like, well, okay. But King RD played that well that I think it deserves a top tier ban from Faceless. Absolutely.
Yeah, even OG banned it out first phase the third game, and SG Esports respect the hero so much they banned it first phase when they didn't have first pick. So that basically says that SG Esports kind of think it's the best hero. If they think that when second pick they're not going to get it or they don't want to run it or something, then that's a pretty telling tale. But I like these bans from SG Esports taking out the Nature's Prophet. It's an excellent partner with the Arc Warden in terms of like global presence, split push, as well as something they've been running for Faceless. And then the TA maybe thinking about a Legion Commander perhaps for themselves is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't been touched in the first round, but these are some really good heroes to get. Although, you really think Arc Warden would have gotten banned or anything like that? That's the question that I have. Like, Arc Warden probably would have gotten through third for Faceless if they wanted it. So that's the one concern I have, but they can set the rest of their draft up in a little bit here, and we'll see. Also, Lena CM, the sisters for SG Esports. Jirax, by the way, had an amazing Monkey King in the games they played up against SG yesterday, but Faceless will take that out. So one of the first games that we'll see with SG that we've casted that there's no Monkey King.
Yeah, that is a good point, though, about the Arc Warden.
Yeah.
Not exactly, like, maybe they feel like it can do decent against Lena mid, perhaps? I don't know. We'll have to see if they end up throwing it there, if it'll just be the safe lane Arc Warden. We often talk about how Lena doesn't seem to have any counter in the mid lane, or no one that should really beat her, at least not in a true 1v1. So I don't know if these guys know something about Arc Warden that other people don't, because he's a relatively new hero. I mean, obviously most teams not very experienced with the guy.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the Reddit thread, by the way, that like mid Arc Warden spammer who was complaining about all the bugs?
No, I did not.
Well, all right. Well, then never mind. I won't reference it. You need to go look for it, I suppose. It's kind of fun. He made like this Microsoft Paint image and was just complaining about.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, right? And then in the thread, people were just like destroying him. He's like, "Why are you using tab? Or what are you doing? Like, or you're using control? I don't understand." So he had some valid points, but also I think he played it in a bit of a different way. Anyways. Enough about that. There's the Night Stalker pickup for SG Esports, which is a hero that we don't get to see too often. I'm very excited for. I know you personally, Trent, love this
Best hero Dota 2.
Yeah,
man. These are my two favorite heroes, man. Crystal Maiden and Night Stalker. We just need a Wind Ranger on this lineup, and I got my trio here. But
that's never gonna happen.
Yeah. No, Night Stalker fantastic. I think up against the idea of the split push of the Arc Warden, very important to have. Gives you that vision, advantage in ganking him and whatnot. And then Witch Doctor is one of the most common counters up against Night Stalker back in his heyday. as he would try and dive into these towers right at that like first nighttime, very early levels, and the cast can do so much work against like any sort of a duo diving you. So if he makes a rotation down to Enigma's lane and they start coming into you, not gonna be able to help too much though, thanks to those Eidolons. So that's kind of a nice little pick in a sense here from SG Esports, as well as someone who can head, like let's say this game goes a little bit later, Enigma obviously gets extremely farmed compared to most 3 roles.
And Tavo played Enigma yesterday, and again, in that game that they won against OG, so very good pick for them. The Night Stalker now probably going to be more in a support position as the Enigma goes offlane. The Lena going to be going mid with CM in that 5 position role. And then DK coming up for Faceless. We also saw this yesterday for OG. I believe it was OG, and they did very well with it.
Well,
Pretty sure.
I can tell you, back in all the games for Faces, I know they loved the Crystal Maiden, so they certainly know quite a bit about the power of this hero. And with the Lena, like, it's going to be non-stop Dragon Slaves coming out from SG Esports, so they needed someone who could have some chance of surviving. And even with the Dragon Blood and the Living Armor, I could see some issues for this poor little DK. It is not going to be fun. But at least that means that if they want to kill him mid, they'll probably need just a single Crystal Nova will probably kill him. So if they're pressuring the mid lane, perhaps the Arc Warden will get a little bit more free space down that bottom lane, and we're just left with trying to figure out what the Ice hero will be here. They banned the Nyx. Good counter against the Lena, as well as the CM. Carapace can just stop Freezing Field if you still get it saved at this point. We just got to think about perhaps that Timber as being another worrisome dude. Yeah,
that Timber, of course, Ice, one of his go-tos. Wouldn't be
not really a good mag game. Oh, it's banned anyway.
First ban from SG.
Yeah, deservedly so.
There's still a lot of offlane heroes actually available, like Axe. We talked about Legion. It's still ready to go. I don't know if ISIS wants to play Legion, though, is the question.
Man, if they could at least see the SG Esports hero, that would help a lot, too. Like, the Faceless Void that we've seen a couple times, even them playing it for ISIS Ice would be a pretty good game. They have, like, the Witch Doctor is one of the best supports when it comes to Faceless Void. Dragon Knight's okay when he's in his range form. Arc Warden, of course, has decent range, too. And he gets that talent, right, where he gets the bonus attack range,
actually, it's the cooldown reduction along with the bonus attack range. And we saw last time Anna went for the bonus or the cooldown reduction instead. I personally think you get a ton of range value. Like, it's really good, especially if you have a Hurricane Pike. But I could see why the cooldown reduction, because also you mentioned, too, the Midas yesterday.
Yes, yeah, got to get that cooldown.
So, all right, well, I mean, there's a possibility there. We'll see, what he decides to go for talent-wise if he gets to that point, which he really should. The safe lane Arc Warden.
And since we don't know what the safe lane hero is for SG Esports in terms of the carry, we want to look towards the supports and to see exactly what they can do to stop you from laning. So Crystal Maiden plus, let's say they went Legion here, because she's actually still in. So that would mean that they would need a hero with a stun in the position 1. So they would have to pick like a Sven or something like that, and that's not very good. Or like a Wraith King or something. Or she's just gonna press attack off the Frostbite and she'll just run away. Or press the attack off the slow and run away. So someone like a Jug wouldn't be able to get these kills. Slark's gone, PA's gone.
Yeah, I mean, again, Legion's just one of those heroes. We saw it with Skylark, but it's Bristleback instead. Another tanky hero that's a little bit tough to bring down later on into the game, but early on, still very gankable with Frostbite, with all this stuff. Now, does it signify this is more like an aggro dual lane from Faceless, or is this going to be a solo Bristleback? Or are they just going to do like an aggro tri lane or something crazy?
Yeah, I could see it being the Treant Protector hanging out up top. And he's using the Nature's Guise. He's maybe using the Living Armor on his mid, as well as just the slow. You think about Leech Seed plus Bristleback with the Goo and the Quill Spray, and this is pretty terrifying. So they're going to need a relatively survivable hero up top, because you don't want your Night Stalker sitting in lane up top the whole time, right? This person needs to be basically survivable enough with just a Crystal Maiden. And you would hope winning the lane. You don't really want to be cowering in fear from this Bristle and Treant Protector, but that might be where we end up.
Safe lane. Actually, they've done Void a lot. Again, remember HFN did the Void the other day? I don't know if they want to do that this game. I'm not sure that's the best idea, but that is pretty survivable with Simlock. You could also do Safe Lane Legion. I don't think that's the best idea, although press the attack's really good. These are just random options I'm throwing out. I'm not even sure if they're even really considering them. There's plenty of good heroes. Jug with Healing Ward, with Spin. Although, there's a lot of physical damage from Faceless. I don't know, man. Tiny. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but very good for killing heroes. And another one of your favorite heroes, Trent, if I remember correctly.
That is true. I do play mean Tiny.
Now, Trent, let me ask you. If you had to pick my favorite heroes besides Viper, what would it be?
Oh God. I don't
know.
know. Why don't I know your heroes?
That's
Do you hide
exactly
them all?
right. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. I don't hide them. You just don't listen to me. That's what it is. No, in all seriousness.
You're not. What's a mod hero?
Look through my Dota buff. I'm sure you'll find
No,
something.
I'm not. That's cheating.
Yeah, I guess that is. Honestly, any hero is a mod hero, to be fair.
I don't even know. Venge? You like Venge?
That is true. Oh, there you go. See? Now you're
not
in.
bad.
All right. You've passed the test, my friend. But now the
Nice.
question is,
Nice.
will SG or Faceless pass theirs? Again, SG Esports, they are dealing with an illness on HFN. An undisclosed illness. We don't know if it's a fever. We don't know if he's, having some stomach issues. I don't want to, say anything,
You sound like a sports team doctor or something. It is a lower body injury. You don't know if that means the guy lost his leg and it's amputated, or if his toenail
Doctor,
fell
his
off.
leg is gone. I think you need to call it a little bit more specifically than a lower leg injury. Come on, man.
Can't have the team stock plummet like that. That's
yeah,
kind of how she goes.
He's out with an undisclosed injury. What does that even mean? We just have a lack of information. If we were at the major in Kiev, perhaps we would understand. But
well, I wouldn't get too close to him. Just that sick. You gotta stay away. Someone to send in slacks. Can I get a on-site reporter?
I mean,
but
we're the only people that really have contact with him. I don't think anybody else can. If we want to get this happening, Trent, we've got to be the ones that get and say, "Hey, slacks, get over there."
Get over there. But all right, let me take a look at this Tony here, because I love this hero, but there's a pretty good reason we don't see him these days. Raindrops. Exceptionally good against this hero. Your life is awful. You hate it. This hero, look at this lineup. I would hate to be Tiny this game. Arc Warden, yes, maybe I can find him and blow him up, but Arc Warden's hard enough to find already. Even with Night Stalker Vision and the blink of a Tiny, you're gonna have a difficult time tracking Black down when it comes to that mid game and the later stages here. And who else are you gonna blink kill? Treant is difficult to deal with. He's pretty beefy. You basically have Witch Doctor. And Tiny's a one and done. He's a lot like Sven, where you just blink in and you get the stun and this lift, and that's kind of your biggest contribution in the team fight. Maybe you'll get a secondary toss off on the chase where you can throw this Enigma or this Night Stalker to fire after someone, and that's cool. But I'm not feeling super confident. When I'm Tiny, I want all these squishy heroes in the enemy team. I want to see people that, no matter who I spot at the start of the fight, I want a 70% chance that I can one-shot them. So I want 3 or 4 heroes that I'm just going to explode on the enemy team, and I see one. So
I mean, the only reason I could see him being picked maybe is for pushing, but again, that doesn't really happen in the early stages of the game. He's going to get bashed up right now. Maybe it's because HFN's really sick. I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions. I already did, I guess, but what are you going to do? So we'll see how this goes. And yep, this is the aggressive duel that you were talking about. The good old Bristleback and Treant Protector, this top lane. And we'll see how much farm they can get here and how much they can shut down this Tiny. Already forced to use a Tango, and again, they do lose that bounty rune. So Faces will pick up 3, Ice gets 1, Black gets 1, and Jabs gets 1. So good start for them.
Yeah, and now they're bringing up King RD, so this is, it's not bad for Night Stalker at least at the beginning, but he wants to be focused on getting some levels going. Do they have detection? They have 1 sentry, so they'll place it down now, and they did not bring one for the Radiant.
Yeah, well, there is that at least. Frostbite going again. King RD, he does have Void, and a lot of damage being done already to XY. There's going to be the Avalanche coming out, and one more auto attack, though.
Nice.
Get first blood. Ice, though, stacking up the Quill Sprays. Cat getting turned on. Another Frostbite coming in. Do they have the Void? Not enough mana for it. Ice getting low. The Fairy fires up. Can he get 2 kills? He'll just take the 1 for now. HFN, he's got Avalanche in 1. He's so low. Can he survive? He finally gets it off in time. He has to mango for it, too, and then the salve comes out. HFN helps secure that 2nd kill. Man, though, they have to put so much effort into regen and everything after getting it done. Wow.
At least they got the kill, though. That could have been disastrous for SG Esports if they were able to escape and get the shrine going for those 2 heroes. But bringing them down is a very big victory for the safe lane. That helps your Night Stalker. He's at 1.5 now. One of the more important level-dependent position 4s.
Yeah.
So all this effort, it's worth it. Now, at the bottom lane, you do have an Arc Warden getting everything that he needs. Enigma, this kind of standard start up in the top jungles, so something to be a little bit worried about.
That is scary, the Arc Warden getting free farm. It wasn't necessarily the case last time for Ana. I mean, he actually had a really rough early game. This time the Arc Warden's getting an early Midas, absolutely. They're trying to harass Ice, but even with level 1 Quill Sprays, I mean, it's
look at
a lot of damage. HFN's almost dead.
This is a lane that gets much more difficult for the Dire the more levels come out. Because Bristleback, of course, once he starts getting the passive going, which he didn't even have previously, because he obviously had the Quills, so it really starts reducing the damage and stacking up the damage he's dealing to you.
Yeah, I don't know if
the fact they're They're like drawing over the CM too, right? So she hasn't been able to just go in the jungle and get her too. So she's just going to get it now, and that's meant that DK's had an easier time mid too.
Avalanche comes out. They do have the Void. ISS coming in. There's the cast. They've rotated up the Witch Doctor now. Here comes the Voodoo Restoration as well. HFN trying to run away. KRD getting turned on. Cat's low, but he actually makes it behind the tower, and they won't get anybody here with this rotation. But it's a lot of damage being done, and then they even force HFN to TP back. He just has to spend 50 gold just to get to his tower alone, and he's still going to get Quill sprayed up if he's not careful.
Oh, the CM's running home. Needs to dip in the jungle. Like, just... I guess she probably thinks all the camps are cleared, but there's still some mud golems here. It'd be so helpful to have 2 right now. Just, like, while you're at least running home, at least you're doing something. Like, this Lina is... she's bottling. She's been using clarities to keep up, so she will be out of resources soon, though. And that's meant Jabs. I mean, he's above the Lina in terms of last hits. Yeah. And, I mean, again, that will get worse and worse as Lina gets levels, but... For now, things look pretty good for Faceless.
HFN is mega dead. I don't know. He was kind of out on his own there, and they just blow him up. So yeah, Faceless having a pretty good start. Not quite looking like game 1 against OG here for SG. It's still very early on again, but that aggro tri-lane top is becoming difficult. Although Tavo is now bottom, they'll start trying to shut down potentially this Arc Warden.
Yeah, he can get a lot of farm down here, and at least apply a little bit of pressure. So he's not focusing on the camp. He can get a pull off, and actually he'll just kill it. I mean, that also makes sense. So.
All right. Also remember, 40R was one of the primary reasons why they did so well in that first game. His puck play was absolutely immaculate. I think 40R is one of the most individually skilled players in all of South America. And obviously, Brazil, their hope is pinned on SG eSports here. Not a tough match, or not an easy match, I should say, against Faceless right now. They're rotating everybody down. They're going to try to go for a kill here. They're jump in with the Frostbite. They used the toss already. The Avalanche should go as well. Is it going to be enough? The Malphite still ticking. Black about to fall. XY still coming in. He's got the bash ready. They're going to get the cask off, and HFN might fall for this. Pretty tanky, though. They need one more auto attack, and wow, that range for XY is just enough. Now Cat and Tavo both have to leave. XY still chasing. He's got the living armor and leech sheet back up in both two.
He's so close to the guys.
And now Jabs has a haste rune. Dragon Tail not up, but he does have the breathe fire, and that will be enough to get the kill. So it turns into a 2-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, King RD's top lane. HFN rotates back up there as well, so...
Jeez, I legit thought that Radiant Courier was an IO. I just got so confused. I was like, why is this IO following this DK?
Damn, dude, why is it so shiny?
That is impressive.
That's insane.
Dude, this is Hack's 6th hero here on the Radiant side.
All right, Ice top lane, running low on mana. Living armor will come out. The Avalanche is there. That'll stop the armor. The toss is up too, and that gets the kill. Okay, so SG kind of rotating around, finding kills where maybe they shouldn't, and getting HFN some farm, even with just these kills and not getting much CS.
Yeah, and King RD, forward a quarter at 5 minutes on Night Stalker. Pretty damn good. And rotate over, get a bounty rune, so very, very nice start for him.
Yeah, he's going to have a nice start. Man, Jabs is getting low. 40R is like, if you're here earlier, I would have dove for that. There is a shrine, though, and they're going to use it, I think. Yeah, Jabs will be back at full HP. Okay, so the Lina has now eclipsed the DK by about 200 net worth. Of course, Tavo is the top farmer, which makes sense. He's getting absolute free farm. Black is up there, too, of course. He only died once, and he will continue to get really good farm. He's going to be heading into that Midas. Maybe they could shut him down. We'll see what SG want to do in response to this Arc Warden.
Yeah, they do have to worry about that. 40R.
Stun on Jabs. Do they have Laguna? They do. Void coming out now. Jabs getting auto attack down. The living armor is there. Dragon Tail's up, and I think they have to stop for this. Now King RD's going to maybe get bashed up, but XY didn't have the Nature's Guy. So good living armor, and the Jabs having the Dragon Tail means that there's no gank successful for 40R.
And ganks are, like, key to SG's victory.
Cat, my friend, what are you doing? I guess he was dead either way, probably, but the flux was there. Maybe not. I don't know. That TP was interesting. He TP'd, like, I don't know if you saw, but he TP'd, like, right here. And the cast, the cast just came from right here. I was like, huh. Interesting place to TP. I didn't really see the beginning of it, though, so I can't really claim to know what's happened.
In this game, though, like, whenever you're playing this Tiny, you basically want to get your Blink Dagger, and you just want to accelerate yourself with kills. You go for this, like, Echo Saber build, or maybe you just go Blink Shadow Blade. Then you consider what your options are in terms of the Agnum Scepter. This game probably going to end up needing it because of the Arc Warden and just the general, like, map control and split push and pressure. But the other thing is Lina is also a very kill-dependent core. So they have their 1 and 2 extremely kill-dependent heroes. No mana left on 40R for the Laguna to maybe consider it. But he still had quite a bit of HP left with the tree around. It was nearing the limit there, but not quite. Anyway, kills, again, very crucial. Radiant side, Bristleback farms pretty fast without kills. Arc Warden does as well, and then DK just needs towers, so I feel more confident in the Radiant draft simply because there's not this like crazy pressure on them to kill a bunch of heroes over the next 10 minutes.
Gonna get dove. Silence will come out. They should have the Frostbite. Malphus is on top as well. Black Hole is gonna be under 2. Cast bouncing. Does not bounce back into Tavo. Can they get Ice? Or yes, they get Nuts, excuse me, as well. Sorry. But yeah, Tavo will get
classic,
those 2 kills.
dude.
Wow, that's... Damn, what a freaking Black Hole. And I can't believe that cast didn't bounce. It sucks. KRD about to get bashed by XY.
Oh man, it's gonna be so much damage.
Yeah.
Oh, he's holding. Damn, the patience from XY.
Leech Seed, Stick, Dust, Void, and the Crippling Fear. Malphus comes out as well. They've got the Frostbite. The cast will come through. XY about to fall. Living Armor will come out, but he still is going to go down to Cat as the Crystal Nova is there. He's going to have to leave as well. And Tavo and
7 armor.
Man, they are taking some damage, but they'll still be okay. Spark Wraith, the Flux is there, and now Cat probably should fall. Yeah, there's just nothing he can do. Double Spark Wraith damage. Cast coming out. They're so low. Can they get these kills? Another Spark Wraith. They've already used the Shrine. They're trying to turn it around, but Cat will fall. Brutal Restoration up. The Eidolon's doing some work on the Nuts, however. Tempest Double has been cleared out. Now Nuts, as well as Black, having to back away. And 40R is going to find a haste in the meantime. Will he go back mid? They need to deal with the Elder Dragon form, perhaps. But a good couple of kills there for SG Esports, man.
Yeah, very nicely done. Good use of the first Black Hole to get 2 kills. I mean, typically you only ever get 1 that early on in the game, but finds the perfect moment for it.
Man, Jabs cannot find any damage in this tower right now with that Elder Dragon form.
That's a nice job from 40R.
Pretty good.
So much mana too with the CM aura, and as well as like his bottle of Soul Ring.
Flux coming out, Spark Wraith is there. Tavo in some trouble, does have 6 charges, but it looks like he will fall as the Flux continues to do some work. The last hit, or excuse me, coming out from Nuts is one more auto attack does the job. So good stuff there. SG Sports not having the detection they need, even rotating King RD down. They will spot out XY potentially. They drop the sentry for themselves. Nature's Guys comes out. They can't quite deal with the sentries yet. King RD running away. Spark Wraith doesn't quite hit, and they'll deward the sentry that was placed by XY.
And HFN's having a very rough time though. Like he camping this lane against this Bristle, so Ice is just getting this tower for free. He's like trying to jungle, but he has no mana and no HP, and Shrine's not back for 15 more seconds.
Surprisingly enough though, he's only down 200 net worth behind the Bristle. Malphus is going to come out, Eidolon's doing some work. Meanwhile, Cat gets the kill bottom onto Black, XY coming in. King RD dusts up Void. They get the kill before he can come in with the bash. Now Jabs rotates in. LSA not quite there. They didn't have the Void ready either. Frostbite is a little too late from Cat. A couple of auto attacks, but they should get out just fine. And pretty good kills coming in from SG. Breathe Fire, and they're going to find Ice, or excuse me, Nuts. God, why does he have that in his name? Please.
I don't know, it gets everyone.
Dude. Jesus.
What a jerk.
That's all right. He'll fall.
And they do rotate the Enigma up top too, so that does drive back Ice, and he didn't get too much damage on the tower. And this will allow Tiny to come back. But yeah, they're kind of playing like, it's almost like Enigma becomes this big core. He's almost the one, really, because Tiny's going to be more of the utility and stuff. HFN also not combining his boots. Is he just like saving for the Midas, I guess? That must be his play here. Oh, your mic just went wild.
Oh, no. Wait, hold on.
Yep, all good.
Woo! Thanks, friend.
Saved.
Averted. All right, drum is up. Tavo did the same exact build, by the way, in Game 1 against OG. Worked pretty well. I think he picked up the drum. I'm pretty sure he finished it.
Yeah, you're right. He did. Because we were talking about how the comparison between how S4 always does the Midas.
Okay. I'm down for it. I think it works pretty well with a landed 2. I'm also, again, I also think it's pretty good with Tiny as well. But Ice top lane. They're going to roam and go for a gank. They've got Black Hole ready. The smoke is up. He really wants this tower, and he's getting close. And HFN is just trying to stay at a reasonable distance. And I think Ice is going to back now. And he's in the tree line. So I don't know if they'll find him. Pretty good juke here from Ice. He might come back out and just go for the tower.
There are so many heroes here.
They scan him. They know that he's there. He's somewhere. Woo! King RD about to find him. Oh, go back. Void. Got him. They get off the Malphus too. They have Black Hole if they want it. Avalanche toss combination.
Vanguard, though.
And the freezing field. Man, they actually don't kill him with that. The Void has to bring him down. Look how low everybody is from SG. Dear God. It's nuts.
Well, it's Ice this time.
Oh! I set you up.
Yeah, that was good. That's funny. But yeah, so nice when you're a Night Stalker and you can get a little bit of gold like that as he does get the kill and it's daytime. So 5 more seconds, it's going to be night. And what does he have to roll here? Almost earn. He has his phase boots. He has some dust. And it looks like his 12-minute extension of the night should be pretty good.
Yeah, this
will be a very happy Night Stalker.
Actually, a pretty good start for SG, all things considered. I mean, like, they have a 2,000 worth of lead, and this is with HFN not finding any farm. Jabs will come in with a double damage rune. They're going to toss in the Enigma, looking for a black hole. The Overgrowth will come out. There's the Dragon Tail, the Cask, the Death Ward. Can they bring down Tavo? Already solo. The Breathe Fire comes out. Great fight. Black getting the Tempest double. They throw up the Magnetic Field as Wheel. They'll get the kill at least onto XY, but that's it so far. Crystal Nova Cat still getting chased down. The auto attack damage is enough for Black to get a double kill. The Spark Breath is there onto HFN. He will be able to run away, though. It is a 1-for-3 trade. That toss combo was optimistic at best.
Yeah, but at least I guess HFN, he does get into his Midas, so he'll probably be going for an Aghanim Scepter build without the Echo Saver this game, just because you don't want to stack too much attack speed, and Echo Saver doesn't really make too much sense, so probably be like Midas and Blink AC Aghanim's kind of strat. You go like Ags, and then you get the Hyperstone, and yeah, you farm extremely quickly. So it'll be okay. He'll be good for that mid game, but 4DR still only found 1 kill for himself at 13 minutes. Would probably like to rotate here with a Black Hole, perhaps. Try and make use of this nighttime. Again, they just want to be non-stop aggression right now. And placing a sentry down here, you can see from King RD, just make sure there's no wards here, and that probably means they're going to smoke here.
It's a good chance. They want to get something done, as you mentioned. They missed that last attempt. However, they're all kind of just spreading out. There's 2 bottom. They're going to lose like all of their tier 1 towers. Ice is going to get the 1 top. The 1 mid is extraordinarily low already. So SG are starting to try to get in here. And again, you're against a Treant Protector, so if you don't get this in one fell swoop, it's going to get healed back up. And already you can see the TP coming in from Ice. Very tough to push it in. And meanwhile, mid lane, Silence comes out, the LSA is there. They get off the Frostbite, the Laguna Blade up, and that's going to be the kill. So Dragon Knight will finally fall. They have to throw a lot at him, but they do get the kill. And they'll try to push this into a tier 1 tower.
That was nicely played by the Dire. Just by not going for that smoke, they kind of felt that that pressure was going to be there and DK wasn't going to leave. So rather than trying to get aggressive, they just kind of waited for that moment and baited him out with the Lina. So nicely done there. And now they can turn that into a push of their own. As you said, has to be 1 fell swoop, but it's nighttime. They have good control over the area. HFN is here. Should be secured.
No glyph either. Yeah, this is definitely going to be
a nice deep ward here, too. Radiant might know that there's probably something going on in one of these areas because the way CM just walked out, though.
We'll see.
Always got to watch those support movements.
Nuts coming in with
probably
a
sentry here, I would guess.
He thought about it for a moment there.
Covers there and there. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about it.
All right, well, they at least take a little bit of map control back. Dire Scan is going to be successful, so XY is nearby. He's good at Nature's Guys. Oh, King RD, if you dust right now, you'd be God. Yeah, he does it. But it doesn't matter. He's already away. I don't think they know that he's there. Yeah, they won't see him. I don't think.
Ooh, scary.
Yeah, this is a sketchy situation for sure. And they get the tower in the mid lane, by the way. This is all happening. So, again, all the tier 1 towers taken by Faceless. Bloodstone is up for 40R, but again, like you talked about, not the most kills in the game. And again, Black is just... He's getting up there, man. We talked about how scary he could be late game. Midas, Maelstrom, just about done. In fact, it is. And this is where it gets difficult.
40R is farming extremely well, though. Mostly, again, because of this Crystal Maiden aura and then the Bloodstone coming on so early. Like, typically, Lina can't keep up with a lot of these position 1 heroes, but it does help that she has almost infinite mana right now, it seems.
HFN getting sort of chased down top lane. I think they just wanted to go and try to find a kill, but did they get the seaboard down, too? They got it a little bit earlier. So lots of good vision from both teams, in fact, and both enemy jungles here. There's this Radiant Ward. It should run out momentarily. Won't see anybody from SG rotating in. That's gone. They'll try to go for the tower, and they should be successful here, too. And again, with that tier 1 tower top lane, Faceless will try to push into the tier 2, but SG are starting to catch back up in terms of the towers here.
Yeah, it's good. They can all rotate back up top, too, before anything goes down. They all have TPs down here. So a couple can go Shrine, a couple can go Tower. They could close in. See this pressure going. Let's see if they want to try and fight this DK.
Yeah, they might just keep going. They're thinking about it.
I don't know. I don't think they'll be able to keep up, though.
No, I don't think so either. No. By the time they get there, this tower is going to be dead. And already TPs are being made by XY. They clearly want to put themselves in a position to defend this.
No scan available for the Dire. There is Sentry on Cat, so he can probably drop us down to watch the tree. Oh, he won't catch him, though.
Overgrowth comes out, and they're going to have Ice SS run right on in. Another TP coming in. They have the Malphus. Tavo does have his black hole ready. Spark Wraith coming out, and now they're going to come in from the side. Avalanche will go. They'll find Nuts toss back as well, and he is dead first. But Cat will fall next. Both supports down. King RD getting stunned up. He'll try to turn. Void is up. Dragon Tail, and he's getting blown away. It is daytime. Not the best time for him. One more auto attack should do the job, and it will. Jabs will get a double kill for himself. Still chasing in Tavo, trying to get out. Again, already popping the drum charge. HFN. Oh boy, XY is getting there. They're pretty speedy. Another Avalanche is ready, as well as a toss back if he needs it. Black still chasing. Spark Wraiths up plenty from Black. I think they're only going to get those 2 support kills, though. But again, they do take the tier 2 tower top lane, and they defend down bottom as well. And actually, no tower damage whatsoever.
Yeah, that is one thing. They are definitely lacking catch on the Radiant Traps. Can't deny that. Extremely powerful in terms of sustain and 5-man Dota pushing and forcing a team to deal with you. But when it comes to the actual catching of heroes, there's nothing even close to like a Clockwork or something here on this draft. The best thing they have is like Treant running Invis and hoping to just walk up on people and stun. Dire, kind of similar, but the Blinking Tiny's pretty good catch. The Night Stalker's going to be providing that vision soon enough. And he's also looking towards a Midas. So, ladies and gentlemen, settle on in. This will not be a quick eggs into a faster-paced game. This is going to be a slow burner. But HFN, he did pick up his point booster first. It's kind of that standard stuff when you know you're going to have to fight a couple times. And then he'll grab his blink up here now.
Oh, what a TP scroll. Not the blink. He's waiting.
Oh, he's going straight eggs. I guess he is the Midas, so interesting. Not going to be looking for the
he might
fights
die
then.
here. Good Avalanche, though. He actually had that Sentry out, and so XY walks in, and that is the perfect place. He knew the Sentry was there, and that's why he could farm so aggressively. That's kind of insane. Now 40 yards top lane. Again, the Living Armor's there, and they just TP immediately, and just like, nope. Yeah, HFN is, in fact, going for the
yeah, he's going to farm so fast.
Yeah, he's got it now. Wow. All right, yeah, you're right, though. Late game. Settle on in. We have
this is smart, though, because it's it'll be daytime soon, too. So it'll be like he can... You don't really want to be searching for fights and stuff. So during that whole daytime, he can just be farming passively with the Sagnums and just buy up the blink after.
This is like, again, you have 2 heroes that are very good at taking towers and buildings quickly now. Tiny on one side, and you have the, well, even DK too, but more so the Arc Warden on the other. Meanwhile, Dragon Tail came out. I didn't even see it. They're going to kill the King RD Night Stalker very quickly and transition this into a tier 2 tower push.
Yeah, that's going to take away a little bit of your net time advantage. I guess he'll be back online at the same time anyway, but they are pressuring into this tower. And SHFN, he's thinking about the Shadow Blade next, which another common Tiny item. Problems with that is against 5-man Dota, they're almost always going to have detection down. So like the Blink initiation is a lot more reliable, but the passive attack speed of Shadow Blade can help you quite a bit, especially when he's going to be going to almost certainly that AC afterwards.
They will take the tower and move into the tier 3. Again, King RD is up, and it is now nighttime. See what they can do here. Tiny TPing back in. No blink yet, as you mentioned. Building into the Shadow Blade. Silence up, toss is there. Pass to come through. They have the Spark Wraith, and Alpha's coming up. They've got the Frostbite too. Can they get another stun? LSA toss back in. Can they bring him down? Freezing field, excellent kill. Overgrowth comes out, but it's a bit too late. Now King RD on the run. Dragon Slave is up. They pop the dust. They want more. Going with the high ground, King RD might not be the best idea. Toss in. It's the CM that goes up there. The LSA will be on to 2, but here comes the Death Ward. Great position from Nuts. Cat's going to get blown up as well. Again, both supports will fall, and now they're going to have to leave. The Casper's up, and too much to deal with. So, Intavo really just cannot find these black holes, or much of anything.
Yeah, it's he's kind of similar in the vein of like just more of a deal with me kind of hero right now. The Blink Dagger.
Are they going to use it? I think about it. Yep. And just a dead ice. So it actually turns out pretty well for SG after they get that kill.
Held in place a couple times there during that Midnight Pulse. One of the better skills in the game against Bristleback. Burning right through with that pure damage, the damage per second. So, okay. Not too shabby. HFN, the more I think about this build, the more I like it. Like, the one fight down bottom, you saw what he did in that engagement. He literally walked up and he comboed Witch Doctor, and that was all he could do. It's like, well, that is the extent of my hero right now. And so if you buy a Blink Dagger and you don't invest more into this attack speed and getting some actual physical damage or some farm speed, then that's still all you're going to be able to do in this game. Like, maybe he'll catch the Arc Warden and he can follow up, or maybe he can get one of those cool tosses like he just did the DK when they were trying to siege high ground, but the vast majority of his game is going to be more gimmicky than actually like the scary right clicker. So by investing in the Agnums and then straight into the Shadow Blade, he's going to get into that state much quicker. So Shadow Blade just about finished up here, and maybe they can go for like a smoke play and a reveal on that, because he hasn't shown any of the components yet.
Right, Black, his Shadow Blade is not completed, as we talked about earlier. XY did pick up a Midas on the Treant Protector and then the Armlet for DK, which I'm sure has been up for a bit.
All right,
So some big
HFN's
items.
just, he's just fucking with us.
Why? What did he pick up?
he just bought a Hyperstone. He's going straight for the AC.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
This guy does not give a
Freezing
hoot
Field,
about his cute items.
Cask might bounce through. Death Ward is up, and they'll find Cat, but actually does allow 40R to get away. So, again, the martyr for the cause. 40R is like, I want a Laguna Blade, but unfortunately the Living Armor is there, and that is a very tanky DK, so no way they get that kill. Uh-oh. Look out. At least they deal with it pretty quickly. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Hyperstone, okay. Now it's Roche time, though, for Faceless. It feels like they've kind of controlled the momentum for the most part this game. Again, it's not the biggest net worth advantage, or in fact, they don't even have one. It's an 1,000 net worth advantage for SG, so it doesn't feel like that, though. Faceless have sort of controlled the pace of the game and what's been going on. And they're doing so right now with this Roche attempt, and they might be able to get it here.
They know there's no black hole, so they know there's no blink. So the threat's pretty low here, despite it being nighttime.
Yeah. Pretty nice stuff there from Faceless. Yeah, Tavo missing out on that blink dagger, actually picking up Midas next. He's not even level 15 yet. Tavo really just not finding the most experience in the world, and like he might have had already like the GPM talent if he wanted, but he's been kind of lacking behind in terms of experience. He's died a couple of times too.
That is pretty rough though.
Yeah, level 13 offlane Enigma, whereas your Bristleback is level 4. Actually, Bristleback's not that much different. It's kind of surprising.
Oh, it's rough that you're buying a Midas at 24 minutes.
Yeah, that too.
That's not good on Enigma. That's like my plan failed. Like we didn't get the game plan we thought we were gonna get. So calling an audible.
Yeah, but the good thing about Enigma is that he's still not a bad late game hero, even in terms of push.
Oh no, he's great.
Yeah, but especially in terms of his team fight ability.
There's so much lost value.
All right, let me ask the question. I think it's about to be answered. Our Faceless could be picking up BKBs, and well, we can definitely tell Jabs is, but I'm more concerned about the Bristleback and what he's getting. I feel like a BKB for him wouldn't be bad, but it looks like he doesn't want to go into that. Dust will go. KRD has been spotted. The Viscous Nazagoose starting to get stacked up by Ice Ice Ice. The Void will come out. Spark Wraith going. Good Frostbite, but the Overgrowth is there to keep KRD in position. Another Spark Wraith come through, and the Cask, man. Good luck getting away.
That was pretty slick.
Yeah.
So he picks up the Invis Rune, and they scanned to find him. And they just dust him. So nicely done by Faceless.
Good TP out. Silver Edge for him, too. Against the Bristleback makes sense.
Yep.
And also the DK, too.
Yeah, it's true. Both heroes very nice this game. Bristleback, of course, probably the biggest hero that you want to buy this against the entire game.
Yeah.
He does have his Pipe, his Vanguard, his Solar Crest. He's gone for that full-out build. Enjoying watching Bristlebacks lately. Kind of fun to see the hero come back. Don't always need the IO with him either. Off-lane role. I've seen a couple people playing it. Most notably for me, it's just those Moo pubs where he's just been spamming this guy, and he is exceptionally difficult to handle.
Yeah, he's very much so, absolutely.
Like, they committed this, like, solo Black Hole was the only way they killed him last time, and top lane, you have the Tempest double securing the tower. It's pretty funny. Some living armor helping, and look at each event. Look how low he is.
So low. The Glyph comes out in the living armor, and I think they need to leave because the tier 3 is now getting hit up. The LSA and Ice 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 need to be a bit careful. Crystal Nova will come through, but the pipe is now popped, and they're going to put some work onto this tier 3 tower. Ice 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 still going. King RD looking for more voids and crippling fears. Magnetic field. So yeah, good luck. Here comes the Tiny. Do they have detection? It doesn't look like it.
No, they don't see him.
They're going to come right in. They're looking for the Avalanche Toss. Jabs now gets earned up. They were looking for Laguna Blade. He's going to toggle and get out in time. Meanwhile, the Overgrowth, HFN, the freezing field. Can Ice 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 get this kill? He's solo. HFN, Black Hole coming in. They'll find Ice Ice Ice. It's time to back. Potentially, Nuts is going to get caught out as well. The Frostbite, 40 are looking for more. The break is up. The Dragon Slave is there. Tempest double for Black, trying to do some work. Black is getting low. Can he fall? They'll get the Aegis, it looks like, and they want to get XY as well. Bring down that Tempest double. Jabs is going to come back in once the brief fire. He gets Tavo. Jabs' armlet toggle is there. The LSA, the Dragon Slave, he'll fall. 40R so low though, and now coming back in HFN right into that magnetic field. The Flux is up. HFN avalanches, but it will still fall. A double kill for Black, and he TPs away. Back to that creep wave. 40R will shrine up in the meantime. What a fight from SG. What a close engage.
Damn, that is actually crazy. They held it so long on that save on the Tiny. The gold exchange, man. Black ends up with 1,100 gold.
Yeah.
2,700 experience, though. That's kind of crazy that it's only a 30 gold, like, victory for the Dire there in a 5v3 swap.
Yeah, they really needed to kill Black a second time, and it was tough to do so. Magnetic fields
Oh,
are plenty.
strong.
Yeah, he's really good right now. But we are seeing some more items coming out from both teams. So while Faceless can't really quite break the high ground just yet, they're still in a very good position. I mean, Black is becoming tougher and tougher to deal with. He only died once there, and he looked pretty strong in doing so. And now he's working into his Silver Edge too, so lots of Silver Edges this game.
Can't really disagree with that either, honestly. Pretty good against Tiny. Getting rid of that old craggy exterior. And gonna be a real bastard for you, that's for sure.
I mean, damage reduction, all that good stuff. Not only does he finish that up, but he finishes up his Mjolnir at the same time, so Black became very rich just within the span of a couple of minutes. TP is at his double bottom.
Oh, this thing is so strong.
That's got to be so annoying. Like, you're almost about to kill the creep, and then it just completes the TP and kills your entire creep wave. Sick.
Yeah. They can't even fight it. Like, oh, man. Gotta get someone to deal with this dude, but... Solar Crest. Wait, what? Oh, did he not have the Solar Crest? Okay. He just picked up, I guess?
Guess not.
For some reason I thought he did. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. He was building into it. Okay. And then he died, so... Alrighty.
What else is there? Tiny's building into an AC, so pretty good stuff there. They need some armor reduction. They'll have it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
So we have this late Midas again here for Tavo, and he'll now have to consider building himself up into the Greaves as well as that Blink Dagger. The Blink Dagger timing kind of depends on just how fast Faceless can get moving, and oh, actually, he's going to go straight for the Greaves recipe now, so kind of counting on the fact that they'll have another fight like that last one where he didn't need the Blink Dagger. They just kind of walked in. He was able to punish that Bristleback. For now, until he has Blink, Black Hole's basically just on Bristle. Because that guy's guaranteed to be in your face. You know you can hit it on him. But that just means he needs to be very cautious about Cask, as well as even just like the Dragon Tail stun to make sure Jabs is pushed back, which is going to be very difficult now that he's this 10-second BKB, and then the XY entangle. So I would be a little concerned for this next fight if I was the Dire side, but if they can pull off another defense like that, the game just starts looking at least a little bit better for them. The Tiny went that big scaling build. The Enigma, as we talked about a couple times, does get very scary in the late game, and 40R building it towards NKB is going to do a hell of a lot of damage and not care about that damn bubble anymore.
Oh yeah, that's going to be great. Magnetic field is so annoying. Eventually when you get high ground, it's still going to be obnoxious, but...
Yeah, that's a whole other story, honestly.
Sick.
You almost hope you never like end up sieging base. Just lose the game. It's too infuriating.
You either A, straight up
shield.
lose, or B, straight up win in one of these fights is what you're telling me.
Yeah, you just 5-man wipe them 8 times at a base until they GG, so you don't have to deal with that magnetic field.
I mean, that number actually sounds reasonable. All right, LSA going. They will find the Tempest double. Good avalanche coming up, but the BKB is there for Jabs. And now H has been getting caught a little bit. The Maledict is up the Breathe Fire as well. The Flux, BKB, Black Hole. No, just the Black Hole. Freezing Field gets canceled immediately. They're still going. Black's Tempest double will fall. Now Cat will go down. It's 2 dead, including HFN. And that might be all they need to push in with no buybacks there. The Voodoo Restoration coming in. King RD was looking for an initiation. Overgrowth was using that fight as well.
Dude, did you see XY? He just camps here. He's just waiting and waiting and waiting. They have 3 heroes.
Yeah.
He's just like begging the Black Hole me. Just do it. Just do it. And he was just holding it. And it was not even half a second.
I don't even I thought he just canceled on his own. LSA will come out. They're trying to get the Tempest double. Now he's going to get pushed back as the Flux is there and Ice is going to work. And this looks to be a set of racks. Trent?
Yeah, I would say so. Melee for sure.
Yeah,
that's
Melee
really the only one that matters.
I don't know if they're going to keep going. Actually, they might back. I thought they would stay. But there is some danger here. Maybe waiting for another Tempest double perhaps for Black. Another 12 seconds. Nah, they're just
Jabs is like hoping for a chase. They'll just blink back in and Armlet and go for it, so.
All right, well, they only lose the melee racks in the tier 3, but again, this is where the map control gets even worse now for SG Esports.
Dire actually just scanned here thinking that Treant might have been around or something, but it was a little bit weird. But yeah, they back away and we just wait on the next Roche, which will be up in 1 minute and 43 seconds.
I was going to ask how you got that so accurate, then I saw the pop-up on the side. I'm like, damn. That'd have been sick, though. They're looking to wrap in. 40R has gone into the tree line. Black is also Shadow Bladed up. They'll pass like 2 ships in a night. And Nuts might spot him eventually. Now 40R just needs to leave now. Not sure if he was looking for like a behind enemy lines gank, a Nuts or somebody, but... Or cut in a creep wave, but I think now he just needs to peace out. Well, Faceless go again is the question. Black Hole is still down. Again, Roche, like you mentioned, is probably the biggest thing. There's a DD over there, too. see what they want to try to accomplish. And it looks like they're just going to push in bottom and kind of split.
Goodbye, DD. Sadly.
Oh, really?
That's an illusion.
Man,
yeah.
the 32 minutes comes out. And it's just, this Tempest double is actually still owning right now on HFN.
It's like breaking this tiny. It's like, leave me alone, dude.
Yeah, what can you do against that?
Crazy to think this is like the nerfed hero, you know?
Yeah, I know.
The Tempest double just used to see it so much more.
Remember when it was broken? I do. Like Fear played in that one game in CD3.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
And like they owned with it, and then we never saw it again. It's been a while. It's been a little while since we've seen it. Other than in like, you know, we've seen it in a couple of silly game modes, but it's looked good for the majority of some of these games. Like, I don't know, the games we've seen recently, like even going back to that Empire game with Chappie, like it was a good Arc Warden game. Like it clearly is strong right now, regardless of the changes.
It looks pretty ownage.
Yeah. Maybe teams just don't know how to play against it. To be fair, how do you play up against that kind of split push and damage? It's not fun. Did he get cooldown reduction? He absolutely did. So that seems to be the talent to go for. 30 damage, obviously very good. And then we'll see him probably go for 30% lifesteal too at some point when he gets to 25.
Oh, that's pretty nice too.
Yeah, it's really great. Zero's a monster in the late game, man. Let me tell you.
HFN for him, he has finished up his AC as well as his. Well, nothing else yet. He's just kind of thinking about it. 2,400 gold. Anything on the crate for him? Nope, not quite. So, what does he need this game?
BKB potentially, or?
Yeah, it's like good against the cask and some of this Arc Warden shenanigans, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. That's a problem with Tiny. You need so much, and like every time, I feel like you really feel that pain of sacrificing for something that's not damage on this hero a lot of the time, or not attack speed, because you just feel like you can never get enough of it. BKBs probably will end up being the item, but even that feels so lackluster. Like you're already this like one and done kind of a hero, and if he just like jumps into BKBs, he'll just get kited around. It feels like he's just gonna get entangled or something.
Yeah. It does depend on SG's lockdown. I mean, which they have some good disables. So. But the BKB is up for the DK. Did they get any other BKBs yet? Nothing. Okay, so there's at least that for SG. There's just the one BKB to deal with. It's still a 9-second duration BKB, though. He's only used it once in that bottom fight. Axe is now done for SG eSports KRD, so they have some good vision now. This might be what turns the tide. Tempest double going to get chewed down, but already the tier 3 tower taking some hits. The magnetic field is up. All right, well, sick. Died to duration before anything else. Malphus comes out onto jabs, trying to force up that BKB. It looks like Faceless will back up for a moment or two. We'll get reset and go again.
That thing just poke and prod away with black in the Aegis.
Yeah, now the Tempest double's ready. He'll probably use it. There it is. Walk it up there. Magnetic field. Shadow Blades. That's for 40 yards with some right-click damage with it. Meanwhile, they'll find at least Ice, but still very tanky. Man, Tempest double is owning HFN right now with his Scotty. Almost goes down. The Flux is still doing some work. Cat has to pop the Ghoster. He does, in fact, die to that Flux. Freezing Field is there. Jabs might fall. Has to BKB. Cat's going to go down. HFN has to buy that. King already getting caught. He doesn't have one. He just bought that Aghanim Scepter, and boy, is he getting chunked down. That damage, that range coming in from Black with that Arc Warden is serious. And there's going to be 2 sets of racks. And perhaps game here, Trent.
Oh my god. And Jabs had a bottled regen run too. He's played so well in these 2 fights. Like both times he got so low and he just gets himself out of the engagement. And they've used so many resources. And this means Tiny needs to buy back. He just buys a blink because he's only getting it forward. There's no butterfly coming or something like that. It might have been good this game. Just forced into this item to try and do something about this last set of melee racks.
Oh, I don't know about that. 40-yard gets tossed in. Dragon tailed up. They don't have detection. It looks like HFN trying to shrine. The Black Tempest double doing some work. And now the main one going to town as the Solar Crest is up and he's dead. It is a dieback, and that's just the Aegis gone. And now jumping his jabs. A deny coming out from Lena. Down for 18 seconds. It is going to be more than likely to make a creep. So they will have to get to bottom to clear up that range tracks. But it's going to be GG before it. So GG to Faceless. They will take the 1-0 advantage here in the victory in game number 1, Trent.
Very well played. Faceless, I guess, maybe people expected them to take the victory over SG Esports. Of course, both teams kind of ending up in the same seeding, but the the impressiveness of Faceless, perhaps. I think it was like a 60% odds or so. That sounds kind of fair. Despite being a struggling team lately, they still have some bigger names than SG Esports in terms of like the international stage and higher experience at these lands and whatnot. So already dealing with the illness on SG Esports, I'm sure probably still dealing with a couple of the nerves as well. But can definitely bounce back in game number 2. I think this draft was a little wonky from SG Esports. I think Tiny was a bit risky and was never able to get its full potential, despite it being a 5th pick, which is really weird. I'm not sure. I think they thought they could get this big snowball lead with this whole drums mech enigma that they'd done before, and then just like close out the map quickly with the Tiny. But I don't know. He just doesn't compare to some of these other building hitters. You know, like
Terrorblade.
I feel like they're those kind of heroes, but not the option this game. So we'll see what they try for next.
That is game number 1 of the books. A lot of potential here for SG Esports. We'll see if they can use it in game number 2 to get back into this one. Otherwise, Faceless will